Today I'm excited to share with you guys my homeschool curriculum choices for my 4th grader. Hey guys, it's Vani from Mrs. Mom's Homeschool, and today I'm going to share with you my 4th graders curriculum choices. If you guys are new to my channel, I make videos on homeschool curriculums, homeschooling day in the lives, motherhood, and parenting. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you guys are notified whenever I make a new video. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is what we are going to be using for language arts this year. So I want to start off by saying that I have used a lot of different programs for language arts for my kids, mostly for my oldest daughter. Since we started homeschooling, we tried a bunch of different things, and then about 3 years ago we found the good and the beautiful. So if you guys are familiar with my videos, you know that I talk about them a lot. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I just really love their curriculum. So the good and the beautiful language arts includes literature, grammar and usage, punctuation, art, geography, spelling, vocabulary, and writing. So that's one of the main things that sold me on this curriculum, is that I was going from using stacks of books for language arts to just one course. So we are using the Good and the Beautiful level 4. It comes with 2 course books, a creative companion, and then here's where the writing, art, and geography are. So there's no readers included in the level 4 course because all the readers are in here. So the books that he's going to be reading this semester are in here, and those books are Down, Tumble Down Mountain, Carlotta, The Belgian Twins, Exploring the Jungle, The Pewter Plate, The Big Wave, 20 and 10. I believe that's it for the Good and the Beautiful. I've also already divided the cards, the geography and language arts cards, into their pouches. So these are the cards that he's gonna be memorizing for geography and for his language arts. And this year for art with the Good and the Beautiful, he will be learning to use pastels. So I have the pastel paper and the pastels themselves and the tape and the eraser and all those things that he needs for that. To finish this course book, when doing language arts, the course, all of the work, the memorization cards, the poetry, all of that stuff, it takes about 85 minutes. So this is a good chunk of his day. On Wednesdays, we're going to be doing poetry tea time, and during poetry tea time, I usually get a bunch of books from the library. Sometimes we go with themes, sometimes we don't. During our poetry tea time, we then go through this book, which is Poetry Patterns and Themes, and we select a type of poem and we write about it. We try writing poetry ourselves. I'll leave a link in the description for this book and anything else that you see. Now for math this year, we are going to be using Beast Academy. I made a review of that here, so you guys can go and look at that. I don't have any books because we're using the online course. Right now we're doing level 3. So my son just turned 9 and he started Beast Academy in the middle of last homeschool year, like towards the end. So we are in the middle of Beast Academy level 3. However, I'm okay with that because the course was created for ages 9 and 10, and it's also advanced, and he's doing really well with it. So we're not gonna rush through it. We're just gonna continue working at his pace. And because we started late, it's going to continue on to the next homeschooling year. So he's doing, I believe, 3 books. If you were getting like the hard copy books, it'd be 3C and 3D. So I think there might be 2 books left. He might be in the middle. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna put that video in the card so you guys can check out Beast Academy. Now for Bible this year, I have a bunch of different things that we're gonna be going through. So I started last year using this 3rd grade Growing with God curriculum, and I have reviews on all of these things for you guys. Like I said, I'm going to list them down in the description. But we stopped doing this and we ended up going with something else. So we are going to continue with this, working through some of this. So the Faith for Christ for Kids answers questions about faith that even adults struggle to answer. And I believe that being able to understand not only what you believe, but why you believe it. Not only strengthens your faith, but it allows you to be able to answer others who are struggling with their faith. So this book answers questions such as, why would a good God allow bad things? Does science mean miracles can't happen? Can other religions get us into heaven? Can I have doubts and still be a Christian? I also saw this book all over YouTube called Theology, and I really like it, and I'm gonna do this as well. Ancient Truths Ever New. Ancient Truths Ever New. And the way this book is, it has theology of God. God is always was and always will be. God is 3 in 1. God created everything out of nothing and all. It has theology of people, theology of sin, theology of the promise, and the law, and theology of Christ. The Son of God comes to earth. Jesus always loved God and people. Oh, and there's more. There's lots of ologies here, you can see. And what it has is a truth with some text here, some Bible verses, and then the picture has some text, some verses to look up. And then the Bibles that we're going to be using are the Adventure Bible, and we also have the Action Bible. If I want him to read a story, I'll have him read out of the Action Bible because it's written in comic book form. And so is Beast Academy. My son loves reading comics in the sense, he doesn't even own any comic books, but he likes the idea. I should probably get him some comic books and probably have him start writing some. That might be something I'll be doing this year. We also have my kids' prayer journal, and this is like also a gratitude journal. So inside it tells you, it's a journal. So he gets to write something that happened today, something he's thankful for, and then something he would like to pray for today. And then the last thing for Bible I want to go through is this Grandpa's box. This actually came with the curriculum Heart of Dakota when I was using Heart of Dakota a while ago. Like I told you guys, I've used a ton of curriculum before I settled on what I'm using now. And I really liked this for my older daughter. It's about a grandfather who has a wooden box, and he tells the story of God's plan and redemption throughout all of Scripture. And it tells it in a really interesting way. I was even learning a lot from this, but we didn't finish it with her, so I do want to go through that with him. So this year for science, we are jumping back to the good and the beautiful. In the beginning of last year, we used Real Science Odyssey. If you want to see what we used for our 3rd grade year, check out this video here. This year, we're going back to the good and the beautiful. We took a break with them because they were long, and his attention span wasn't that long. So we did just finish the mammals unit from the good and the beautiful, and he did great. It was awesome. So now this year we're gonna do, I have them all in my binders. We're gonna do safety. We're gonna do the human body. We're gonna learn about intro to energy. You can't even see it. Here it is. Okay, and then we're gonna finish off the year with the energy unit. And then that doesn't take up the whole year. So what we're gonna do in the fall is we are gonna do some nature studies. Last year I bought 1,000,000 books on nature studies, which I'm using spread out throughout our lifetime because I overdid it. So this year we're gonna focus on this book, The Magic and Mystery of Trees. So when we're gonna do a tree study this year. There's so much information in this book, and it's such a pretty book. We can learn about flowers, fruits, seeds, the roots, the animals that live in the trees, life after the tree dies, living together, tree senses. There's so many things here about trees. This book is beautiful, and I can't wait to use it. So we're going to be doing this for our nature study this year, and we're going to be using this Nature Connection. It's an outdoor workbook. I love this thing too. We just like can go through a section at a time, and there's places for them to, it's a workbook, so there's information on different topics, but they can write right inside of it. So you can explore nature by month. It talks about the cycles and seasons, finding nature wherever you are, and there's that month by month guide, so we'll probably do that. So if you saw my 3rd grade curriculum choices, you'll see that we're gonna do Knotgrass history, and we started it, but he wasn't ready for it. So this curriculum is for grades K through 3, I believe. I mean K through 4. So we're gonna use it this year. So it has 2 textbooks. It's called Our Star-Spangled Story, and it's about early American history. So we're gonna do part 1 and part 2 this year. It comes with star-spangled rhymes and rhythms and rhymes. It has an answer key and literature card. It has a student workbook. And it also comes with this timeline book. So again, I'm excited to use this curriculum. So in this book, there are books that are recommended to read to go along with the course, but instead of having him read that too and be reading so much and dreading it, they're gonna be our read out loud. So we're gonna work on them at night and in the morning, the way that we read. If you look at my day in the life videos, how sometimes we just read before we start school, we're gonna use those books as our read out loud books. And those books are Benjamin West and his cat Grimalkin, Toddlers Secret, I'm reading it from a list that I made, Freedom Crossing, Farmer Boy, Mountain Born, Emily's Runaway Imagination, The Year of Miss Agnes, Katie, and then that's it. And then we'll have a new list for our summer read. Well, then we'll be done that about March. So about February. So then in March, we're gonna read The Indian in the Cupboard. In April, 5 Children in It. And in May, The Borrowers. So I'm shooting for 1 book a month. And then he will read in those months, because I didn't mention it before, The Chocolate Touch, The Children of Greenough, and Gulliver's Travels on his own. So maybe I'll get all these books together and I'll make another video and actually show you the books. Maybe we'll do that. And that's it for our main curriculum, but I do have 3 other books I want to show you that are side things that we're gonna sprinkle in. So as far as handwriting and typing goes, we're working on that this summer so that he doesn't have to do it during the school year. I don't want to keep adding all these little things for him to do, especially now that his language arts is 85 minutes long, and I want to have a lot more fun and freedom to be able to do unit studies and different things like that. But for health, we are going to do this Where Do Babies Come From for ages 7 through 9. I'll let you read that because I have little ears around. So if you hear any pots and stuff, my husband's cooking in the background. I'm just grateful he's cooking, so I don't mind the noise. So this is a Christian's perspective. It has pictures. And I went through this series with my oldest daughter. They have them for boys and girls. I got him the one for boys. We're also going to be reading My Strong Mind. So this is a book about mental toughness. I'm going to just read what it says in the back. It says, mental toughness is a combination of resilience, the curiosity and drive to grow yourself, and confidence in your own abilities and interactions with people. Mental toughness has been used in elite sports psychology for many years to increase performance, and it applies to everyday life too. So it talks about commitment, control, challenge, and confidence. Along with this, because we're going to be working on positive mindsets during our homeschool year, I got these for my kindergartner, but we're going to be doing all together. So it's the magic of my words, my magical words, and my magical choices. And inside these books, there are positive affirmations that they're going to repeat to themselves. So you have your positive affirmation, like I choose to be responsible. Then it tells you a little thing. Bathing, brushing, getting dressed. Now you look and feel your best. You clean up all the mess you make. Helping out gives mom or dad a break. So we'll just be talking about the affirmations and saying them and repeating them daily. And the last book I want to show you guys is called The Goose Quill. This book was written a long time ago. I believe it was in classrooms back in the 1900s or something like that. And it was in The Good and the Beautiful. They put in a chapter, not even a chapter, but like a paragraph from it. And I looked into it and I really liked what it was about. So this has stories and poems on, so I'm just going to read you something real quick. It says that many of the books in the collection have been out of print for decades and therefore have not been accessible to the general public. The aim of our publishing program is to facilitate rapid access to this vast reservoir of literature, and our view is that it is significant literary work. which deserves to be brought back into print after many decades. So it has a bunch of good wholesome lessons, and then it even has things for the kids to do. It says like read the story, tell anything you know about Christmas in other lands, and it opens up opportunities to study different things. Study the picture, read the teacher's story, write 3 things the teacher forgot to speak about, write what you like best in the picture. So this I think they were using in schools a long time ago, and so I figured we could do this once in a while, maybe on days when we're not doing a full curriculum, like on our days off, or if I'm sick and I just want to do a little something, I might just do a lesson from here. If there's a holiday where like my daughter has off, my oldest daughter who's in school has off from school, and I don't want to do a full day of school with my other 2 kids, maybe we'll just do a lesson in here. So I just have it because I thought it was awesome and I wanted to get it. So those are our curriculum choices. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna make a video on our homeschool schedule once it's created, because I'm gonna have 3 students next semester, possibly 4, and so that will be coming out. I hope that you guys enjoyed some of the stuff I shared with you. I'm gonna post a link to everything in the description below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, please, and subscribe if you like the content. I'll be making a lot more for you, and just ring the bell, click on that bell, and you'll be notified every time I do post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.